G'day everyone, this is my health update for February 23rd, 2026. I was really disappointed I wasn't able to go to advocacy this weekend or this week in Washington DC. I thought I'd be able to fly. I didn't realise I'd need tests. When I had my total gastrectomy, a few days later I ended up in the ICU with, where are we? A leak and AFib, sepsis, and right-sided pleural effusion and complete respiratory failure. But it also, the documents I downloaded, about 175 pages from my portal, patient portal, and it showed that I have pulmonary effusion, moderate in my right lung, but as they progressed, the problems were both in my left and right lungs. And when I woke up, I had tubes in my lungs and chest, or tube in one lung, and then a few weeks later they put another tube in the right side. When I spent 5 weeks in hospital breathing on oxygen, I had to learn how to breathe, walk and talk at the same time. I went from June to January on oxygen every day, and I thought I was just able to get off it and wean myself off it and I'd be okay to fly, but that's unfortunately not true. I have to have tests. I thought I did really well. I'm quite disappointed. I managed to get off my TPN. I had my PICC line taken out. I got off the oxygen daily. I started walking, and at the bottom of the lungs is still a bit stiff. I haven't been able to be seen because of insurance sort of stuff, and I haven't been able to find out why under my ribs, left and right ribs, there's real pressure. And as time goes, I'm thinking it's more the lungs because they tend to stiffen. But I was quite proud of myself, and I'm always grateful to the Lord. So, you know, I was stopped in my tracks, and I now realise I wasn't able to board the plane the other day. I realised the 2 days before, and today I'm seeing my doctor, and I'm organising tests. So I'll have to do different types of breathing tests, and to see if I'm able to get a note to fly on a plane in the near future, or even go to somewhere like Big Bear. I need a note and to find out what my oxygen level is, and that if my lungs would tolerate going to those heights. Please keep me in prayer. I'm always positive, and when I was concentrating on my stomach healing, I sort of didn't push the lungs part with the breathing because I was concentrating so hard on learning how to eat, the TPN, the 15-hour infusions each day. And as I said, I had to learn how to breathe, talk and walk at the same time. So I sort of put that aside, but now's the time to actually, not just to find out if I can fly, but to find out if I can have another operation, because I do have lumps in my breast. And every time I get told about having more mammograms and tests on my breast, I sort of, it's overload from having my stomach out. That's all I can say about that. And I've sort of put it off, and I do need to find out if my lungs will be okay. So if I do need to have my breast removed because of the CDH1 gene mutation and the lumps that are already in there, I want to find out if I can have that done safely without ending up in the ICU again with complete respiratory failure. I have, a thesis to give my doctor today, and that's all downloads from tests that were done when I was in hospital for 5 weeks and in the ICU, and all the tests they did on my lungs. I mean, there was even mild cardiomyopathy in there. So I do need to get all that checked. I'm eating now. Um, I still get tummy aches and eating more than I did, but that's okay. So now I'm ready to, as I said, find out more about the lungs because pulmonary effusion, pulmonary fibrosis, moderate of the lungs, isn't exactly a good diagnosis. And that was caused from Roundup poisoning. I forgive every day the people responsible, but it's not a really good diagnosis. But it's another cause for me to be an advocate on. So I'll speak up on that as well. When you have to accept, like I read through my notes, and when you have to accept the diagnoses, sometimes it seems overwhelming. And as I said, I was dealing with the stomach and I've still got to deal with the breast, but I've got to be able to breathe through everything. And if you could all keep me in prayer, about to go to the doctors. Hopefully I can get these tests done really quickly and hopefully I pass so I can fly and get on with things. But if not, I'll just have to do advocacy from California and network with everyone and still be a part of it. The advocacy is for my children and grandchildren and other people with CDH1. So no matter what happens with my lungs and all of that sort of stuff, the advocacy is the legacy. And let's get more research and let's get more funding to make a difference in all these things, whether it be CDH1 or pulmonary fibrosis. And thank you for listening. Please keep me in prayer. God bless. Bye.